Hey everybody, Chad from NatureBox Pet Emporium here today doing a video on a bucket. But in this bucket we have a female panther chameleon as well as some dirt. Hopefully you can surmise if you're watching this channel that the chameleon has probably laid eggs and we're going to dig up those eggs. So some background information. This is a female Ankramie panther chameleon. It was bred to, you guessed right, a male Ankramie panther chameleon. So these were both wild caught animals. We've had them for probably 6 or 8 months now. We've let them acclimate, they're doing great. And now we've started to pair them. We paired this female roughly 30 days ago, and she laid her eggs over the course of the last day or so. So what I do to give chameleons a space to lay eggs is I just put them in the bucket. I find that that's the easiest. I fill it halfway up with Zilla's jungle mix, and then I moisten it to the point where you can dig a tunnel in it, and then it will hold the tunnel so the chameleon can dig a hole, lay the eggs. She'll fill in the hole, you take out the chameleon, dig up the eggs, incubate them, and that's the process that we're going to go through today. So I am going to take out this female Ankramie panther chameleon, who is now significantly skinnier than she was just a couple of days ago. Ankramie panthers are very uncommon. The trait to Ankramie panther chameleon is that they're pink. So this female is exceptionally pink. Female panthers themselves are always pink, but Ankramie even pinker. So I'm going to go put her back real quick. Okay, we'll be right back. Okay, and we're back. We're just going to close the door so we can have a little privacy. So what you need to incubate chameleon eggs is really simple. I use little Tupperwares. You can use the Hatch Right incubation kit that I showed you when we did our tortoise egg video. So this is just a snap-on container, and it has a little vent hole in it that makes that quite handy. So from that, you will fill this full of Hatch Right. So you take your Hatch Right, and you fill it up about, we'll do a little bit more. I'd say about halfway. The nice thing about the Hatch Right is that it comes pre-moistened, but always double check. I'm feeling it right there. That feels good. You want it moist, but not too moist. And then we basically go on an Easter egg hunt. That also we'll show you. So Ankramie, male 1, Ankramie, female 3. Lay it on 7/18/18. I know today's the 14th, and I messed up. So we're just going to call it the 18th because 4 days in the grand scheme of chameleon incubation, which is 6 to 9 months for panthers, 4 days doesn't matter at all. So as you can see, she's totally hidden the hole. There's no clue where the tunnel may have been. So all we got to do, or all we can do rather, is try and feel for a soft spot, and even then they do a great job. Oop, here's a soft spot. They usually do a real good job of kind of packing it in. So as you can see, the top layer was dry, but as we get down, it's moist enough for the female to dig this tunnel. Usually they go almost all the way to the bottom of the bucket. So I try and go off to the side. I'll go all the way to the bottom, and I start to kind of pull up the soil. So I go underneath the eggs. I think I just felt one. Sometimes you'll be digging up these things, their nests, and you will have to dig through the whole bucket to find them, because where you think they laid them, they did not. So I think she actually dug a second tunnel because that one wasn't the right one. So now we're just the only thing we can do is go around the bucket. Typically, the eggs will be along the perimeter of the bucket, so we'll go along the sides.
This will fit higher.
Go in the middle a little bit. Still don't feel anything. At this point, you start to wonder and ask yourself, did she really have eggs? Oh, there we go, jackpot. So, there you go. That is what a little panther chameleon egg looks like. So we'll carefully take them all out.
So do we need to be worried about rolling the eggs?
So that's a great question. Chameleon eggs, because, or rather when they are fresh, you try to dig them up within 24 hours. The embryo has not set, so orientation of the egg is not important. If we were to, let's say you were out of town and you dug up the eggs like 2 weeks later or something, the embryo will have set inside of the egg, and then you would need to concern yourself with orientation. But right off the get-go, the answer is no. Somebody might have a different opinion on that, but I never have worried about that. Typical clutch size for panther chameleons is around, a dozen-ish. There's some more. So, depending upon the female and the age and all that good stuff, the ish can be quite in the upward direction or in the opposite, maybe as low as, less than 10, maybe 8. So I think we're getting to the end there. Might be a couple more. Here's one. Some people like to recommend play sand. I don't like play sand for a nest, for a laying box. I think play sand is, generally not that great. I like the soil better. I think that emulates the wild. So there is her clutch of eggs. A good egg will be nice and white. Sometimes you'll have little yellow eggs, eggs that look like maybe dried raisins. Those aren't usually good eggs. So you take your eggs and you kind of arrange them in whatever way you like. I usually do them in rows, trying to be symmetrical because it makes my OCD happy. And there's that, and then I go back and I push them down. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 eggs. I will write that on my lid. 14 eggs. Put the lid on, and that's it. That's all you have to do. These will go into our Exoterra heating and cooling incubator. Because we're in Denver, it gets really hot, it gets really cold. There's not a lot of standard consistent temperatures. If you live somewhere where you have consistent temperatures, room temperature, room temperature is fine. 76-ish is perfect egg incubation temperatures. That's what we have our incubator at 76. I would suspect these will hatch in, I'll call it between 7 and 8 months. So in 7 or 8 months, hopefully we'll have some amazing little baby and granny panther chameleons for sale. And then 3 to 4 months after that, we'll have some babies for sale. Or hatch out first and then for sale. If you have any questions, guys, post them in the comments section below. Make sure you like this video, subscribe this video, hit that little bell so I know you know when we have a video posted. We'll talk to you next time. Have a good one.